I want to just start our meeting by having you introduce yourself, Ravi. I know you want to go by Ravi,
Yeah.
but Ravi is our new, let's see, assistant teaching professor. Your discipline is mechanical engineering, but I'm going to have you, Ravi, introduce yourself just briefly in the beginning.
Okay. Thank you, Jia. So my name is MD Fazlay Rabbi. I prefer my last name is Rabbi. So
Mhm.
recently I joined at Penn State Altoona as an assistant teaching professor of mechanical engineering. Uh, Before starting at Penn State Altoona, I was a grad student. I have completed my PhD in applied mechanics and materials from University of Massachusetts Dartmouth. So my PhD research is highly focused on additively manufacturing material under wide range of loading conditions. And I completed my undergrad from Bangladesh. It's the Khulna University of Engineering and Technology.
I see. So the university you went to in Bangladesh, I'm just curious how big the university was.
So in
Yeah,
Bangladesh, there are four technical university
I
which is
see.
totally focused on the engineering.
I
So
see.
this one is one of them.
Uh,
Kuwait,
oh, I see.
Kuwait is one of them.
I see. I see. Got it. Got it. Let's see. One of the questions I had in mind to ask was, this is something I'm going to ask anybody I'm going to be interviewing in the future.
Mhm.
But the one I had in mind was, do you have a mission statement for your life in general?
Right. I don't have like the, I mean, something like that. Enjoy what you want to do.
I see.
This the thing. Enjoy what you want to do. Then you'll
Enjoy
get,
your life.
yeah, then you will get success. If you don't enjoy what you are
Yeah,
doing, it's really hard to get success on this field.
I see. I see. So I'm thinking that you really enjoyed your process of getting your PhD doctoral degree and
Yes,
all your schooling in the US, pretty
yeah,
much.
obviously, I
Yeah.
enjoyed my last
Mhm.
six year. My
Mhm.
higher studies in US at UMass Dartmouth. I can
Mhm.
remember I did almost everything what I can do over there. I
Mhm.
involved in different kind of the works with student engagement stuffs. I did my research. I was TA, so I got an opportunity to teach the students. Even I also was an instructor during the summertime because I enjoyed teachings.
I see.
So I really enjoyed those stuff in last 6 years.
You got your master's degree in Bangladesh then?
No, I got my master's from UMass Dartmouth.
Oh, there too. I see. So
Yeah,
master's and PhD combined.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, got it. Great. So once again, congratulations on getting your PhD program finished and actually getting the degree.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah,
a lot.
it's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, the huge stuffs. Yes, yes, yeah.
So another thing I wanted to ask you about was, anything memorable or interesting about you?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems a little bit funny, but one thing is that what I'm thinking always about me that I love cooking. I love cooking rather than my research.
Oh my gosh.
so
That's a
so
great interest you have, cooking.
Yeah, yeah, I really love cooking very much. I mean, when I
Oh,
was undergrad student before I'm getting married, every day I cook. Even
oh wow.
if I came from the lab at night 12, 10, it doesn't matter. I have
Mhm.
to cook by myself. Yeah.
Like, what do you usually cook? Just curious.
So most of the time, for regular
Yeah.
time, I cooked for myself some chicken items, vegetables, and
Uh-huh.
I like fish a lot.
Mm,
Fish stuffs, and yeah, so these are the
yeah,
regular item.
I
Most of the
see.
time I try to avoid the red meats, but sometimes it's not happened.
I see. I see. So these are mostly like Bangladesh
It's Indian cuisine.
cuisine
It's
type of
most of
food.
the time, yeah, it's Indian cuisines,
Oh,
because
Indian.
yeah, Bangladesh and Indian, they have almost similar kind of the cuisine.
Oh, I I see.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, they're all
in the subcontinent, almost everything is the same. Little bit difference here and there.
nearby at least.
Yeah.
But I mean, I cannot say the same thing about something like, Korean food versus Japanese food.
I
And
love sushis. Me and my wife
yeah,
both loved
yeah.
sushis a lot.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I like yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, raw fish too. Yeah.
yeah. Sushi
Okay,
is
that's
one of my
interesting.
favorite dishes. Yeah,
I love the memorable fact about you. You
yeah,
like cooking. Yes, great. Okay, so what's your first impression of Penn Altoona? I mean, you've been here for about a week now, is that right?
It's more than a week. So I came here at the end of the July. So it's
Uh-huh.
almost 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's almost
Yeah.
2 weeks.
So
Yes.
what do you think?
So it was really great experience because at the time when I first visited to the campus,
Mhm.
the first thing that came to my mind is amazing campus. It's really beautiful campus. I like the campus a lot.
Mhm.
And at the time when I introduced with you, uh,
Yeah.
and I also talked to some other faculties in the mechanical engineering program, all of
Right.
you are very helpful. That's the things. Even the uh, Tom, some other person in mechanical engineering, they are very helpful. So what is my understanding is that as we are, there are not too many faculties is over there.
Mhm.
So this is one of the best thing that everyone knows each other.
Mhm.
So that's the reason that they're helping a lot.
Mhm.
So
I
what?
mean,
Yeah,
I would say something positive about, our faculty members in general,
yeah,
because what I'm trying to say is, I mean, the number is not non-trivial. I mean, that's one thing I want to clarify here, because we have, basically dozens of faculty members
yeah,
engineering, but they all know each other pretty
yeah,
well. They get along pretty well, and
yeah,
they're
yeah.
like a big family, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this big family. Yeah, but all of them are very helpful. This is the things what I have seen. And other thing that seeing for doing any kind of the administrative work is
Mm-hmm.
very fast in here.
Mm-hmm.
It will not take too much time. Suppose I can remember that day I came and I requested for my keys.
Mm-hmm.
By one day I got my keys.
All
So
right.
yeah, they're very aggressive to help to the new faculties. This is the best thing what I have seen in here.
That's great. Yeah.
And everyone like you and all other the faculty member in mechanical engineering, they just welcome me warmly. So I was so excited. So
Very good to hear that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And to us, you're like a gift, you know.
Yeah.
from I guess above somewhere. So
I'm really blessed.
yeah,
I'm blessed to
we're
have all of
very
you. This is my first job as an academic.
happy to have you. Yeah.
I'm blessed to have all of you to get a good people surrounded by me.
Wonderful. Yeah. And that's what we're very proud of, that
Yeah,
that type of camaraderie among faculty members and
yeah.
willingness to help each other out, that type of thing. I think is great. Yeah. Okay, the next question is regarding your teaching philosophy. I know you had a statement as part of your application package,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
But can you just briefly talk about, how you approach your teaching?
So, I mean, what is my understanding? So, my teaching philosophy, if I tell you, is totally based on what I have learned when I was a student, undergrad student or grad students.
Mhm.
So, what I have seen at that time, sometimes it happens that the faculties, the professor give the lecture into the class, and I'm learning those stuffs, but I don't know at the time that where will be the practical implementation of these topics. I don't know. I have learned a lot of thousands of theories, I know, but I
Right.
don't know how to implement it in our real life problems or in engineering. So this is the thing, I mean, sometimes bothered me.
Yeah.
So what always I try to do at the time when I going to teach any classes or any topics, at
Mhm.
first I gave them an idea that today we are going to learn this.
Right.
We are going to implement this knowledge, this theory in here, in there, in our real life uh, this kind of the application, we're going to use it. So these things helps a lot to the students because they know what they're learning and where they're going to implement.
Right.
So they got very excited then to learn the stuffs.
Yes.
So this is one of my teaching, philosophy. I can say that the base philosophy. So and other thing that I always try to do try to visualize the event to the students. So they can think, they can visualize that, okay, what is going on is over there. It
Right.
helps them a lot. Sometimes that's why sometimes I use some graphical representations,
Right.
or sometimes I use the animation. Suppose if I say uh, uh, for the dynamics course, so it's totally related with the motion stuffs. There's a common thing for the mechanical engineering. I can say that piston cylinder motions. So the time when I told them the piston cylinder motion, even if I draw into the board, it's really hard to show the motion is over there.
Right.
So I use some videos to show them how the technically the piston cylinder motion is what. So it helps them to understand that, okay, the tank is moving over there. That's why the cylinder comes back and forth and making the motion. So that's why I use something like that. And other thing is that in my class, I always try to engage the student. What you have seen into my interview, I think so. So I always try to engage the student and make them busy into the class. So they will put all their focus into
the activities. Yeah, I agree with you on all those points, because I think this kind of active learning is very effective, and there are many like creative ways of making this happen in the classroom. And it sounds like you already know some of these approaches and techniques, which is great. Yeah, especially as a new junior faculty member just starting, your job.
Yeah. I will learn. I will try to attend some of the seminars during the last summer for the active learning, because due to the pandemic, it's really hard to engage the students.
Yes.
So I attend some of the seminars over there to know that how to keep busy the students, engage the student into the classes.
Yeah, I think it's especially important right now because students really missed out a lot of those in-person, face-to-face experiences. And I think a lot of students are really yearning for those types of experiences in the classroom. I mean, we are going to have that this fall, which is very, very good for us right now. So
I'm also so excited to go to the classroom after 1 year, almost 1.5 years.
Oh yeah, I know. Let's talk about your research a little bit.
So my PhD research is mainly focused, as I told you, there's the additively manufactured materials under wide range of the loading applications. So if I going to elaborate a little bit lot, so mainly I'm a guy who works with the composite materials. So composite materials, most of the time composite materials, either they are fiber reinforced composite. Suppose you are heard about the carbon fiber, glass fiber, those are the things. It's called fiber reinforced composite, and also the additive manufacturing, which is mainly the 3D printing stuffs. So these fiber reinforced composites are widely used in aerospace and defense industries. So if you are thinking that most of the time we characterize the material under quasi-static loading condition. So what is the quasi-static loading condition? That means the load is applied to the structure very slowly. But if you see in the real life application, suppose in aerospace industry, one of the plane is moving and somehow the bodies strike on there. Or you are thinking into the defense industries, there is a huge army vehicles, let's consider as a tank or the ships. There's a bombing happens over there. So the amount of the load is applied in this scenario is not a small amount of the load. It's a huge amount of the load is applied within a very short period of the time. That means called the dynamic loading. So I try to characterize the material, this kind of the composite material under dynamic loading condition, because at the time with the change of the loading, the properties of the material will change. So my goal is to design and development a novel material, composite material for the dynamic, for wide range of the loading condition, not only consider only the quasi-static, but also the dynamic loading condition.
So something that's more resilient to these types of different situations.
Yes. And other thing is that right now, suppose like us, we are not used to use the material just only for the single purpose, not for the load bearing application. So that's why everyone is interested to make the material multifunctional. So one of my goal is to develop a novel multifunctional composite material which can not only use for the load bearing application but also used for the suppose structural health monitoring condition. You know what is the condition of the structure, is there any damage between the structure or not, so then you can take the preventive actions to repair those damages. And also other wings of my research is to do the biomedical, which is totally related with the bioengineering, design and development of the novel biomaterial for the wound healing and also the bone regeneration. So this is my research.
Yeah, what you do really has a real life implication or
Yes.
implications, which is very also, I guess, connected to your philosophy of really trying to teach something, you know, that really affects our lives in general, and explaining how that, you know, works to your students. So what I'm trying to say is it has a strong connection to, you know, your teaching approach, I guess.
Yes.
So it's great. Yeah. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay, the last thing is, do you have any advice for our students? Because the reason I'm asking this question is because you know, until very recently, you know, were a student yourself, right? So I'm thinking, so you're making that transition right now, but I thought maybe, you could share some, you know, wisdom with our students.
As a student, if I think it's not an advice, I can say it's suggestions. Suggestion for the students, it's not advice. It's suggestion for the students. So into the, it's not only for the mechanical engineering students, a new program in here. So for the all students, if they feel, what is my understanding is Penn State Altoona, all the faculties are very helpful and they are very take care of the students. So if they feel any kind of the suggestion, or if you feel anything, not only in their academic life, but also their any kind of the situation, please contact with the faculties. They're very helpful. They will help you a lot to, and they will also guide you to overcome the problem, what you're facing. Sometimes it happens for the freshman student, they are so confused that either I'm going to the science background, I'll go to the science, engineering, or business. Please talk to the faculties. They will help you. They will not put you on in something where you will not figure it out. They will help you a lot to figure it out. And other thing is that what is my understanding is that if any students, they're interested for the higher studies, for doing PhD and research, there's a lot of faculty at Penn State Altoona. They are doing extensive level of their research. So please try to engage with them. You will get a lot of interest to do these things. They have a lot of fun projects over there. You will learn. In addition to that, I mean, you can achieve something in your research background, which will help you for getting the, if you are interested to go for the higher studies, for the doing masters or PhD. And if someone is interested for the faculty, for the industries after doing that, then I can tell them that always try to attend the job fairs. It will help them to make a new connections over there. They will understand, they'll get an idea what kind of the job is available inside, at the outside of the campus, so they can develop themselves based on their requirement and the job requirement. And also the faculties will help them. They will help them to for the getting the summer intern, for any kind of the project of staffs, because they have a lot of the connections. I know most of our faculties have a good connection with the industries. So they can place them place them in any positions is over there, because my thing is, what is my thing is that the student success is our success.
Right. Oh yeah. Definitely.
So
exactly.
the student success is our success. So this is the best thing. So discuss with the faculties. They will always help to them.
Yeah. And I think what you said is very like consistent with what I emphasize to my students, especially when I see the freshmen, and I say things like, oh, maybe there are like 2-3 things you can do just to, you know, be successful. Almost 100%. all the time, which is things like actually showing up for your classes, the first one, right? And then I guess the second thing is asking for help. That's what you
Yeah.
said, right?
Never hesitate
And
to
yeah,
ask to the professor. That's
yeah,
the one
yeah,
thing.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then also turning things on time. That's
Yes,
another.
yes. Some students are very shy. They don't
Yeah,
want to. They always think, what will happen if I ask
yeah,
to faculty or professor about these issues? No, never hesitate.
yeah,
Always.
yeah, yeah,
Always
yeah,
ask.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, my son, just to share a little story.
Mhm,
My son over the summer, he was taking a course, and I think he just forgot about one assignment.
mhm.
And my son's very like conscious about actually keeping his GPA the way it is right now. And that, I guess, one missed assignment could have put him in a little worse situation. So he was thinking about dropping the course. And I said, talk to your professor first before you do anything.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then I think he finally talked to the professor, and the professor said, "Oh yeah, go ahead and submit the assignment." So I think, yeah, problem solved there. But yeah, he was very hesitant to talk to the professor.
yeah. I know.
Uh,
I was also like that. I was also think like that. What will happen if I, with
mhm,
this silly reason, if I talk to professors? It's a
mhm,
very small reason, but it
mhm.
doesn't matter for any faculties. Yeah, always don't hesitate. Talk to
Yeah,
professor.
yeah, yeah.
It will be solved very within a moment.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Very good, very good. So yeah, thank you again, Robbie. I know this is how you want to be called, Robbie,
Yes,
right? Your
yes,
last name.
yes.
And we're so happy to have you at Penn Altoona. And we always want to really reach out to, especially the new faculty members, and we really want to keep them, feeling at home. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hoping that you're
I have
feeling that
already
way.
started to feel like that. Yeah, I already started to feel like that. I talked to
Yeah,
Grant on
yeah,
last meeting. I told him I don't feel that
uh-huh,
it's a party is going over their family party, because after finishing our meeting we just grill some of the chickens, hamburgers. So I feel like that, oh okay, it's a vacation mode.
yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. So
Yeah,
thank you again, and yeah, we look forward to working with you
thank you, Dr.
and
Rayo.
being good friends.
I'm
Yeah.
also excited to have all of you. Amazing.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Mhm.
Have a good day.